Hey there, Taylor here. We are continuing with our stay practice with Griz. So stay, when we like to train dogs, we like to focus on the 3Ds. I'm pretty sure we said this before, but I'm going to officially say it on your S.M.A.R.T video session. The 3Ds. We want to make sure we focus on time, duration, and then distance whenever we are, duration, distraction, and then distance when you're working on new behaviors. And particularly we want to do this with stay. So it's really important for us to make sure that we have the time of stay down, and then we have maybe the distractions down before we add on distance. So today I actually dabbled in all three. I focus on time, distraction, and distance. But primarily I focus on distance and distractions. I hope that makes sense. So when we first taught Griz stay, we wanted to see how long he could stay in front of us for maybe 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Really just standing in front of him. We're not adding any movement. We're not talking, because us talking, us moving, that could be a distraction that we don't want him to notice. So it's important that we keep ourselves still and really see, can you just stare? Can we have a staring contest perhaps for 30 seconds? After he got really good at that, we moved on to distraction, which we're at today. So Griz is really good at this, especially when I'm moving away. But we find that me moving around him is really hard, which is hard for most dogs. I've taught him to stay front facing, so when I start veering off to the side, like, whoa, where are you going, ma'am? So this is just an added element of stay that I'm using to make it a little bit more complex, but you'll find that his stay is still really good, okay? And I'm gonna show you. Come on, Griz. Sit down. So we love working in the kitchen. The kitchen has a very wide space, but I'm gonna start off with this stay that he's been doing really good at. Griz, you ready? So again, when you're doing stay, it's really important you say stay one time and flash that hand, immediately put your hand back. You don't want to keep this hand out. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. Griz, stay. Good boy, good job, good job. So very simple. I added on distance. So whenever you're working on distance, there's an element of distractions naturally involved. Me moving, walking away, and me walking on the rug and making that noise. All that is a distraction. So you're working on 2 at one time when you're working on distance, which is why we break it up to 3 first. I'm going to do it again. Griz, sit. Suck on my leash, also a distraction. At the door, wiggling the door handle, another distraction. Me walking back is also a distraction. Good job. Good job. And I hope that makes sense. Really breaking down every element. Okay, that may make him move. Me walking on my leash may make him move. Me wiggling the door handle. And you see how we can make it more difficult. Do it again. Griz, stay. I've been front facing. I have not turned my back. Me turning my back is also a distraction. Me spinning like I am doing right here is also a distraction. If you feel unsure about your stay, you can still flash that visual hand signal again without really saying it again. And make sure I stop because he moved. Good job. The most important thing about stay when you're practicing with distance is to make sure you're free. You're free. Is to make sure that you don't click and treat too early. So yes, he did complete stay when I was over there, but if I clicked over there and kind of released him, in that moment I may have been rewarding him coming to me, not him staying. This is why I'm actually walking all the way back to him and making sure I like what you're doing right here, not this motion right here. We have to make our marker, our clicker, and our treats really make sense. I'm marking this behavior, this stay, not you walking towards me. I hope that makes sense. So let's move on to the very, very hard stay, which is me attempting to go around him. So when we used to do group classes, we used to make stay very hard by actually bouncing a tennis ball near a dog's head and going around them. I'm trying to stimulate that with a tennis ball. Can I walk around Griz and perhaps he stays? Let's see. Ready, Kim? Hey, Griz. Stay. I see, he's already adjusted himself. So there will be a level of adjustment he will do, but let me see if he still will stay. If he moves again, then I know he's not staying. Good job, good job. Like I just said, he's probably going to move a little bit at first because he's like, hey, where are you going? But I think when I got to right here, he understood that I still wanted him to stay. So I'm not looking for perfection per se. I'm just looking to see, does he stay when I do this thing in its entirety? Come on, Griz. I was looking for right there. Good job. It does seem as if his left side is easier than his right side for me to walk around. I'm doing it one more time. We're going to call it. Stay. Good boy. Good job. Good job. Good job. And that is stay. So like I said, really important. You say stay one time, flash that hand signal, then hide it. Make sure that your treats are not too distracting, like really right here. You don't want him like, whoa, treats. You want to limit the distraction as much as possible. When you are walking back to him, that is when you're going to click and treat. You're not going to click treat from this far away and then he runs to you and then you accidentally reward the recall. I hope that makes sense. So, Griz is really good today. If you have any questions, let us know. And we left you a lot of homework, so read over it. Bye.